The year is 2010. La Liga has never sparkled more brilliantly, yet never been so divided. At the heart of Spain, two footballing dynasties were preparing for collision. On one side, Barcelona, led by a philosopher disguised as a coach, Pep Guardiola. On the other, Real Madrid, commanded by a conqueror cloaked as a tactician, José Mourinho. Barcelona had already reinvented the game. In just 2 seasons, Guardiola's squad had become a symphony. Each pass a note, each run a melodic phrase. They didn't simply win, they hypnotized, turning mastery into art. By 2010, they had amassed 8 major trophies in just 2 years. They were the closest thing to perfection football had ever seen. Names like Xavi, Iniesta, Busquets, and Messi spoke a language only they could comprehend. Together, they made tiki-taka a religion, and Pep its unwavering prophet. Calm, deliberate, and ruthlessly precise, he saw football as a pursuit of beauty, not chaos, of control, not brute force. Across Spain, Florentino Perez, president of Real Madrid, watched with smoldering frustration. He had once built Galacticos, Zidane, Ronaldo, Beckham, but Rijkaard's Barcelona had made his empire look obsolete. Pep's Barcelona had achieved what no one else could. They had rendered Madrid outdated. Perez's ego could not accept mediocrity. In 2009, he launched Operation Renaissance with signings such as Cristiano Ronaldo, Ricardo Kaká, Karim Benzema, Xabi Alonso. Then arrived the final piece. José Mourinho, the special one. The man who had just conquered Europe with Inter Milan, toppling Pep's Barcelona in the Champions League semis. A mastermind who believed football was about winning, not beauty. Mourinho descended on Madrid like a tempest, brash, theatrical, unpredictable, and a master of mind games. To Madrid's supporters, he was a savior. To Barcelona, a heretic defying their perfect rhythm. This was no longer just football, it was philosophy against philosophy. Guardiola's Barcelona played like chess, measured, calculated, slow death via 1,000 passes. Mourinho's Madrid played like poker, volatile, explosive, psychological. Spain had seen rivalries before, but this was an ideological war. The media christened it El Clásico reloaded. The tension radiated even in training sessions. Fans, families split by red and white, felt it in their bones. The match at the Camp Nou on November 29, 2010, wasn't about points. It was about who commanded football itself. Madrid buzzed with electricity. Mourinho had been in Spain mere months, but already dominated the press. He labeled Guardiola's football as dull and predictable. If Barcelona play in paradise, we'll drag them back to hell, he declared. Classic Mourinho. Provocative, clever, psychological. Guardiola, as always, stayed silent. Yet deep down, he knew this wasn't just a match. It was a trial, not of tactics, but of conviction. Could purity withstand the storm? The world was watching. Over 500 million viewers across 200 countries tuned in. A decades-old rivalry was about to enter its deadliest chapter. Barcelona's city center was almost eerily still. Meanwhile, at Madrid's hotel, Mourinho readied his squad like a general on the eve of war. This wasn't a game, it was a declaration. He had come to dethrone a god, and he believed he could. Yet fate had other plans. Less than 24 hours later, football would change forever. Almost 100,000 fans packed the Camp Nou, flags flickering like fire, chants piercing the chilly November air. Some unequipped, some unsomni. We are a team. We are a dream. Mourinho emerged first, head held high, suit immaculate. He had beaten Guardiola before. Now, with Real Madrid behind him, he was ready to do it again. He smiled, soaking in the hatred, the drama, but beneath it, unease lingered. This time, he wasn't the hunter. From the opening whistle, it was chaos, elegant chaos. Barcelona flowed like water. Madrid floundered like men in quicksand. Every pass cut Madrid apart like a surgeon's scalpel. Xavi controlled the rhythm. Iniesta slithered through non-existent gaps, and Messi orchestrated the match like a puppeteer. In the 10th minute, Xavi controlled a deflected ball, paused, then lofted it gently over Casillas. 1-0, the Camp Nou erupted. Xavi's celebration was minimal. A quiet smile spoke volumes. We're just getting started. 15 minutes later, Pedro converted another dazzling passing sequence. 2-0, Mourinho's face betrayed disbelief, not anger. Madrid wasn't merely losing, they were being undone. Every counter was nullified. Busquets intercepted, Pique dribbled through midfielders effortlessly. Even Ronaldo seemed impotent. Mourinho had built Madrid to fight, but force alone was futile. Barcelona wasn't playing football, they were painting masterpieces. The third goal arrived. David Villa timed his run perfectly. Messi's exquisite pass found him. Finish. 3-0. By halftime, Madrid were surviving, not competing. Even the white-clad fans applauded Barcelona's artistry, not respect, but resignation. The second half worsened. Frustration bred fouls, fouls bred chaos. Guardiola remained composed. Mourinho barked instructions in vain. Villa scored again. 4-0. Camp Nou quaked. Finally, academy player Jeffrey bundled in the fifth goal during stoppage time. 5-0. Silence enveloped the away section, the kind reserved for utter humiliation. Real Madrid had suffered their worst defeat in 50 years. Mourinho endured his heaviest managerial loss. Barcelona didn't just win, they exposed Madrid completely. The crowd jeered, "Mov ta teatro Mourinho," mocking his theatrics and arrogance. Mourinho muttered to himself, "Enjoy it, it won't last forever." The next morning, Madrid awoke to headlines declaring it La Vergüenza del Siglo, the shame of the century. Analysts claimed Barcelona had rewritten football's rules. The Bernabeu was unervingly silent. Players avoided media. Mourinho passed cameras wordlessly. For a man energized by chaos, he smoldered quietly inside. He declared war. "We will never lose like that again." Tactics shifted from artistry to aggression. Ronaldo became a lethal weapon. Madrid dissected Barcelona's rhythm like scientists analyzing a virus. Where Pep played control, Mourinho played disruption. Training became psychological warfare. Press conferences detonated like grenades. Tackles hit harder. Fouls became tools. Ronaldo transformed. No more smiles. Only precision and ruthless intensity. Mourinho said, "You're not here to enjoy football. You're here to eliminate doubt." By spring 2011, Madrid weren't chasing Barcelona, they were hunting revenge. For Clásicos in 18 days awaited, Copa del Rey final, 2 Champions League semifinals, and the Supercopa, for opportunities to settle the score. In Valencia, Copa del Rey final, Madrid pressed, tackled, suffocated. Ronaldo, now playing striker, scored in extra time. 1-0, Madrid had finally beaten Barcelona after years of frustration. A week later, Champions League semi-final at the Bernabeu, venomous from kickoff. Fouls flew, referees were tested. Messi scored twice. 2-0, Barcelona dominated still, but Mourinho's psychological games escalated, accusing referees, questioning fairness. Spain divided, with Mourinho or against him. August 2011, Supercopa, restraint vanished. Elbows, shoves, bench-clearing fights. Mourinho poked Tito Villanova in the eye. Football had become warfare, psychological and physical. Friendships shattered. Spain's golden generation unraveled. Casillas stopped talking to Pique. Ramos refused to shake hands with Busquets. Every cafe, newsroom, and family dinner had turned into a battlefield. You were either with Guardiola's Barcelona or Mourinho's Madrid, no middle ground. It wasn't rivalry anymore. It was identity versus rebellion. Catalonia's cry for independence echoed through Camp Nou, while Madrid symbolized the state, the empire. Football had become politics. Even on international duty, teammates barely spoke. Vicente del Bosque admitted the fight wasn't on the pitch, it was ideological. Under Mourinho, the Spanish media became his playground. Every press conference a grenade. He provoked, accused referees of favoritism, painted Barcelona as actors, and himself as the martyr of fairness. Whether true or not, it was believable. Real Madrid had become a rebellion against perfection. Tackles hit harder, elbows flew higher. Every Clásico a brawl disguised as football. Barcelona initially resisted stooping, but even Pep's men began to crack. Busquets mocked opponents. Alves exaggerated contact. Tiki-taka's purity was stained by survival theatrics. Football had become theater. Heroes and villains swapped masks weekly. By late 2011, Spain's most-watched event had become its most controversial. Red cards were expected. Referees trembled. FIFA intervened. But how do you restore something shattered? The 2011-12 season brought brilliance, but always tinged with rage. When Messi scored, he glared. When Ronaldo scored, he screamed. Mourinho had conquered Spain, but deep down, he knew something had been lost. Wars don't end when one side wins. They end when both sides collapse. Even in victory, Madrid's dressing room fractured. The fire Mourinho ignited now burned him. He created soldiers, not friends. Casillas questioned his methods. Ramos resisted. Players tired of the constant hostility. The siege mentality that once fueled them now exhausted them. By the end of 2013, Mourinho's empire was cracking. The press that once adored him called him toxic. Even Cristiano Ronaldo distanced himself. Madrid was winning matches, but losing its soul. Mourinho's legacy in Spain was no longer trophies, it was turmoil. By 2012, Spain was fractured, not just by clubs, but by ideology. Barcelona remained beautiful, but the joy had drained. Pep confessed, "I'm empty. I've given everything I have." He left quietly, applauded like a retiring general. Mourinho left amid controversy, but he had broken Barcelona's aura. Madrid finished with 100 points and 121 goals, yet victory had come at a cost. Dressing rooms fractured. Alliances broke. The war consumed all. Football was never the same. Modern rivalries, Klopp versus Guardiola, Simeone versus the world, bear the DNA of their war. It wasn't about teams, it was ideas and conflict. Legacies always carry losses. Spain's golden generation fractured. Pep departed for beauty, Mourinho for defiance. Together, they defined an era. Years later, in England, the fire had softened, but respect endured. Pep had purity, Mourinho, resilience. Together, they shaped an era never to be repeated. They didn't merely fight to win, they fought for philosophy. In that war, football was reborn. What do you think? Share your thoughts in the comments. If you love football stories, like and subscribe.